good morning. I hope you're having a good morning already. I'm seeing a lot of people out planting plants and sowing seeds, and it's just a wonderful time of the year. As a Christian, we have a seed to sow, and it's the gospel, to tell people about Jesus. I heard a story about a preacher from England by the name of Francis Dixon, and he asked somebody how they came to know the Lord, and he said, well, when I was in the Royal Navy years ago, I was stationed in Sydney, Australia, and I was going down George Street, and a white-haired old man came up and asked me a question. He said, sir, I would like to ask you a question. Don't want to offend you, but where will you spend eternity? The Bible tells us it'll be heaven or hell. Which will it be for you, sir? Think about it, and you have a good day. He said, I thought about it, and I gave my heart to Jesus. You know, everywhere Francis Dixon, this English preacher, would go, he would hear similar stories about a white-haired old man in Sydney, Australia, even in Jamaica. And in India, at a mission conference, a fella told him the same story about a white-haired man in Sydney, Australia on George Street that would ask the same question. Where will you spend eternity, heaven or hell? The Bible says it's one or the other. Have a good day and think about it. Well, even in Oklahoma, he had met people that had had the same testimony. So one day he decided he'd go to Sydney, Australia and find that man, and eventually he found in a little house in Sydney, Australia, a white-haired man. And he began to tell him he was a preacher that had been all over the world, and he said, everywhere I go, I find people that tell me the same story, that you would share with them this question, where will you spend eternity? He said people all over the world have the testimony that they've come to Christ because you have encountered them with that question. And with tears in his eyes, that white-haired man said, you know, I never knew that I'd led anyone to the Lord. You know, that man was sowing seed. And that's what we need to do. We may never see the fruit, but if we sow the seed, we know that God will water it. Somebody will come along, and eventually that seed will produce fruit, because the Bible says the word will not return void. God bless you. It's seed sowing time.